Welcome to Zone to Speak, reporting from the road at the Via Race. 4,000 kilometers of pure ultra cycling from Italy to the Netherlands. I'm Juliana, traveling with the race and bringing you daily highlights, rider stories, and the moments that define the ride. Let's dive in. You are listening to Zone to Speak, where endurance, mindset, and adventure meet on the road. I'm your host, Juliana. And for the next few weeks, I'm traveling with one of the most ambitious ultra cycling events in Europe, the Via Race. From the southern tip of Italy to the north of the Netherlands, over 4,000 kilometers of self-supported riding, I will be bringing you daily stories straight from the course. Expect race highlights, conversations with riders, behind-the-scenes moments with the media crew, dot watcher drama, and the raw reality of what it means to ride this far, this long, and this deep. Whether you are tuning in from a training ride or dot watching from home, welcome to Zone to Speak, on the road with Via Race. Via is no ordinary race. It's a self-supported ultra distance that blends serious athleticism with serious storytelling. The route? It's not just about the roads. It's about recreating history. Last year, in Chapter 1, riders followed the path of Hannibal. Yes, the Carthaginian general who marched across the Alps with elephants to take on Rome. That journey ended in Giovinazzo, a beautiful coastal town in the southern Italy. And this year, that 2024 finish line becomes the 2025 start line. Now, we are following the footsteps of Germanicus, a Roman general who led brutal campaigns into what is now Germany, chasing redemption for the Roman Empire after a humiliating defeat. The guy wasn't exactly known for his kindness, but his journey covered staggering ground. And that's exactly what Via Chapter 2 aims to capture. Not war, just the epicness of the route. Roughly 4,000 kilometers and 40,000 meters of climbing, give or take a few blisters and breakdowns. Trust me, it's not for the faint at heart. Now, you might look at Google Maps and think, wait, 4,000 kilometers? That should be less than 2,000. True, but this isn't a straight shot. Rider must pass through a series of mandatory GPS checkpoints. Some are gates, others are refuges. Gates are simple. Ride pass, get pin. Refuges? That's where riders can catch their breath, refill bottles, maybe chat with other weary souls before pushing on. The twist? The routing isn't totally free. The placement of these gates forces riders into some pretty gnarly climbs and, let's just say, creative detours. We are talking alpines, Alps, Black Forests. It's going to be stunning and punishing. And who is taking this challenge on? This year, we have got over 120 riders signed up, a huge jump from last year. This includes 11 women, 5 pairs, and some incredibly inspiring participants like paracyclist Wayne Harrod, who is returning after heat issues forced him to scratch last year, and Mel Nichols, a Paralympian riding a hand bike across the entire course. Just let that sink in. And while we never really know how an ultra will unfold, tired legs, route gambles, mechanicals, meltdowns are all part of the game. There are definitely a few dots to keep an eye on. This dot watcher gold comes from courtesy of the brilliant Bartek Pietri, our favorite long-form tracker and storyteller. In the men's category, Adam Biliak, last year's champion and hands down the rider to beat. He crushed Chapter 1 with a 16-hour lead. But don't count your eagles before they fly. This year, Bruno Witt has proven he's got the legs and the mind, outsmarting Adam at the race through Poland with flawless execution. Word is, Bruno thrives in cooler temps, so the weather might tip the scales. Also in the mix, Lucas Becker, second last year and always near the top. Christian Jabubek, who pulled off an audacious coastal move to snag third last year. He's not at peak form right now, but never count out a wild card. And Mark Bushell, a strong Swiss rider who might be looking for redemption after routing mishaps last year. And don't forget, he's got a bit of a friendly rivalry going with Bruno. On the women's side, it's shaping up to be an exciting battle. Joanna Ruminska Pietri is back to defend her crown after a decisive win last year, though she had a near miss with a gate that could have cost her everything. Gosia Wirlich, who just came second overall at the Indian Pacific Wheel Race, is an interesting one. She's done well in shorter events like Dead Ends and Doce. Her background is long non-race rides might make her want to watch. And Fiona Shorten, who scratched last year but came back strong to win the Amersfoort Sauerland Amersfoort Epic. Redemption? We love to see it. VIA isn't just a race. It's a mirror of resilience, grit, and spirit. It's a platform for inclusion and for storytelling, which is where I come in. Each day here on Zone to Speak, I will be bringing you updates from the field, rider stories, route drama, surprise from the dot watching universe, and conversations that reveal what it really takes to keep paddling day after day across a continent. So buckle up. It's going to be long, it's going to be tough, but it's going to be worth it. Let's ride! Now that I have set the stage, the route, the history, the dots to watch, let's head to the heart of it all, the riders themselves. I spent time at the registration in Giovinazzo, catching up with riders as they checked in, loaded up, and took that deep breath before the storm. There's a mix of nerves, stoke, and quiet determination in the air. And every person here is carrying their own story to the start line. You will hear from seasoned contenders, rookies, and paracyclists defying limits. Some are chasing the podium, others are chasing peace. And all of them, everyone is chasing something that exists just beyond the horizon. Here's what they had to say in their own words.
All right, so what's your name?
Enrico Halix.
And tell me, what are you riding here at VIA?
I'm riding a recumbent bike, a Velo Mobile.
How does that work?
You just sit in there and you pedal. So yeah, it's more like a laid-back bike, so completely covered. It's a lot better in the wind, and you have usually more speed, except going uphill. So that's kind of a challenge in this race.
How did you create your route? Did you try to avoid hills as much as possible because of the Velomobile?
Yeah, of course. I go a lot more kilometers than all the other participants, I guess, and try to avoid every hill I can avoid. But most of the checkpoints are completely on top of the hills, so sometimes I have to go up there.
And how do you plan to go up the hills?
That's very interesting. I try to walk. I'm going to pull the Willemobile up there.
Pull, not push.
Pull.
Is there a harness or something that you attach, or just by hand?
No, I put a kind of rack on me and then I pull it up.
Wow, that's a lot of manpower. That's amazing.
Yeah, like a horse.
You said like a horse. And when you are inside, you are sitting, obviously, right?
Yeah.
And how do you eat and drink in there? Like, just like you're on a bike, just take one hand off, or can you be hands-free? How does it work?
Depends on the speed. I can do hands-free. It's pretty straight, so I don't have to steer all the time. But if it's going too fast, I need to have hand on the brakes and on the steering wheel.
Really cool. And how fast does this go on flats? And does it also, of course, no, of course, because I don't know, but it depends on the power you put on your legs as well. But how fast usually goes?
Usually I'm It depends. Like you can do, if it's really flat and good roads, you can around 50 kilometers per hour with around 100, 120 watts.
Amazing. And have you done any of these type of events before with it?
I've done a couple of 1,000 kilometers around stuff, but not that long.
A couple of 1,000 kilometers is still a lot. So you do have the experience. You kind of know what to expect.
Yeah, I did the first via last year with the upright bike, so I know what distance it is. Yeah.
Okay, so you're here last year. How was that?
Oh, pretty hot. Yeah, I got a kind of a heat stroke the first 3 days after puking and not sleeping and not be able to eat or drink. Then I kind of recovered and I got into this place and on time. So
Oh, that's great.
kind of worked out.
Yeah, well, sorry you got sick, but glad you worked out in the end. Well, it's 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, not even, and it's already so hot. But the forecast says that as we travel north, we might have some rain and some cooler weather. And how does the Velo Mobile does on the rain?
Well, I'm mostly covered, except that I'm not here with the hood because it's too hot with the hood. And therefore, I'm gonna get some rain as well. And if it rains too long, I had it coming here because I drove here by the Velomobile. So I had rain for 12 hours straight. Then it kind of feels really wet in there.
Does it accumulate water, or is there like sorry, so many stupid, silly questions, or does it drain?
It drains, it has holes in there, and the water just comes out again. But all the
Good.
stuff inside gets soaked, so
Oh, yeah.
including me
Yeah. Where did you ride from?
from Munich.
Okay, nice. Well, best of luck. I'm really, really excited to follow you and see you at the finish line.
Thank you very much.
What's your name?
I'm Phil.
Hi, Phil. Where are you from?
I'm from Germany.
And how old are you?
I'm 43 years old.
All right. And is this your first ultra race or you have some experience?
It's actually the second one. I still don't have that much experience. I did 3 Peaks bike race from Vienna to Nice last year. And I was really excited about that. But second day, I was like, why the hell am I doing that? But by the time I finished, I was pretty sure I'm going to do another ultra race. And yeah, I just came across Via Race, and the routing was kind of nice, and the team looked professional and well organized. So I signed up for Via Race.
Awesome. Yeah, it's an amazing team. I love what they are doing. And it's a tough one for being your second ultra race. I think it has some aspects that a lot of people are afraid, which I am, of making my own route. How are you navigating that?
Well, I spent a lot of time in front of the computer. I did the research on different tools like Komoot, right, with GPS, and had a look at all the maps, Google Maps, Street View. And actually, it was kind of fun do all the planning. So I'm really excited on how it ends up. But to be honest, from my experience from last year, last year I didn't spend too much time on the route planning. But at the end of the day, things change. Things change quickly. So I might just do something spontaneously. So I'm pretty confident I did good route planning this year, but you never know.
That's actually a good point that you can make a route, but if something happens or you change your mind, you can always reroute and do something different and it's spontaneous.
Definitely.
That's nice.
And that's part of the game, and that makes it interesting and it's fun. And yeah, for me, it's just like playing a board game and you're just a small player. Like the map of Europe is just like a game for me.
And do you have any goals? Are you enjoying? You don't care where you are, middle of the pack, back of the pack, front of the pack, or you have like a mission of, I want to do this in next days?
As I'm not that experienced and I just need to learn a lot more how your body is dealing with all those issues you get along with during the race, I don't have too much expectation. But after 15 days, nobody is going to wait for you at the finish line. I mean, we have as much time as we want. We can finish within 1 month. But I would really like to finish within 15 days to be part of the finishing party.
Yeah, that will be fun to be at the finish party. If I do this, I'll probably take a month or more.
Yeah.
Well, may the weather be on your favor and that, do really well and have a wonderful time. And I'm going to be looking forward to seeing you at the finisher party.
Great. Thank you very much.
All right. What's your name?
Hi, my name is Leona.
Leona, I hear you are a rookie at the race. What is your experience and why via race?
You mean my experience with the other ultras?
Yes.
Yes. I've done a few ultras before, like Great Midnight and Alpsdivide. And I'm also doing a lot of long distance stuff just on my own, like the European Divide Trail 3 years ago. Yes, was my biggest adventure so far, without being in a race, but just being on my own and off-road crossing Europe. Yeah.
Amazing. A lot of experience. And you have experience doing your route before since you've been crossing Europe as well?
Yes, the route was fixed on the European Divide Trail, and it was like 70% off-road. So yes, it was maybe a bit more tricky, like this one on the road. But yeah, we'll see how good I planned the road now. Yeah.
And how does it feel to be one of the few women here at the start line?
It feels really good to be one of them. I really would wish for more women on the start line. Sadly, yeah, we're just a few here, but I really want to inspire other women to do the same like me and to be just brave enough to try and to go for an adventure and yeah, push maybe some limits and to keep on growing for themselves. Yeah.
Beautifully said. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I hope to inspire myself. I have done a few ultras, but nothing above 1,000 kilometers, and 4,000 sounds a little bit scary. I know people have a lot of time to finish. You don't have to be at the finisher party. You can continue and finish later. But what is your goal for this race? Do you have a set timeline to finish?
I have 2 weeks of of holidays, so I have to finish in 2 weeks. If I would be a bit more quicker, I would be really, really happy. I just want to, see how far I come throughout the day, and just trying to keep on pedaling as much as I can, and just enjoying the race.
And any strategy on stops and sleep? How much you plan to stop and how much you plan to sleep? Like some people like to be super efficient and have more time to sleep. Some people want to stop, take pictures and enjoy and maybe sleep less. Or some people actually just do all the above, right? They want to be super efficient, sleep least as they can.
Yes. So I will try to go really efficient this time, but I will just try to listen to my body and stop whenever I can. And especially in the heat, I really know I have to hydrate much more to really stay consistent throughout the long distance. I think I will at least sleep for 2 or 4 hours because I really know my body can handle this sleeping time very well. And then I just try to keep the stopping time as little as possible. Yeah. But
Wow, 2-3 hours for 2 weeks.
I will try. That's the plan, but we can change the plan.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of this race. You can even change your route if you want to, right?
Yes, I can.
And how do you do with the heat? Is this a big challenge for you? Do you rather cold weather or is this a strength?
Not my strength, but I think I'm pretty adapted to it. I was for the winter months until June, I was at Mallorca. So yeah, I try to adapt to the heat, but I'm more the Nordic person. I'm better with a bit more rain or cold, but yeah, I just take everything as I can.
Where are you from?
Germany.
Ah, okay. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you had some time to work on the heat adaptation.
Yeah.
I wish you all the best. I am very excited to follow the women, obviously, being one, and wish you all the best.
Yes, thank you.
All right. What's your name?
My name is Cesare from Bologna, Italy.
All right. I came to talk to you because I see you have a very interesting setup. You're riding 4,000 kilometers on a fixed gear.
It's not a fixed gear, it's just a single speed. The difference between a fixed gear and a single speed is with a single speed, you have the free wheel, so you can coast, if you like. Fixed gear is when everything is fixed, no free wheel, and you pedal uphill and downhill. I also used a fixed gear bicycle for as an example for the transcontinental race in 2017. I used a fixed gear bike and it works. It worked okay. And now I'm getting lazy, so single speed will be enough and enough challenging for me.
Absolutely. How are you planning to go over the climbs? How did you make the route? Are you trying to avoid a lot of climb?
I tried my best to avoid the climbs. Not every time I achieve this goal, but if something goes wrong and I need to jump off the bike and walk. As an example, last year I did the via race, and we had the Nivole checkpoint, and so I worked for 40 kilometers on the cycling shoes, and I needed 10 hours for that climb. And after that, it was all descent to Giovinazzo almost.
Wow. Well, 40 kilometers, it's pretty much a marathon. So you walked a marathon in 10 hours. Actually, that's pretty good timing, given
Yes.
you have cycling shoes and a bike.
It was easy because there was the speedometer on my bicycle, so I just had to stay on 4 kilometers per hour, and in 10 hours I was on the top.
So you are a via race veteran and you have a lot of experience. You mentioned you done TCR. What are you looking forward the most on this year's race?
I will try to get to the finish line in one piece and to enjoy this time by myself and also with my friends and the invisible peloton with whom I share my days. Actually, I'm never alone. I'm in this race. I know that all the other people are in the same race, in the same pain, in the same heat, and so I'm with all of them. And it's being together, riding our bikes by ourselves.
Yeah, that's a good mindset to have. You know, there's always someone ahead or behind, and everybody's going through the same experience.
Exactly.
And how about sleep? Are you doing hotels or are you camping?
I use my hammock and my sleeping kit, and I prefer hammocks to mattresses, air mattresses, because they are unreliable and of my height are pretty heavy. And so hammock is perfect for me. I just find 2 poles, 2 trees, whatever I can fit my hammock onto, and it works. And
Wow. Okay. So I came to talk to you because of the single speed bike, and now you also sleep on a hammock.
Yeah.
Never seen this before. Incredible. Is it easy to find 2 poles to?
whatever fits, it fits between 2 poles that are at least 3 meters of distance, one to each other, to 6 meters. From 3 meters to 6 meters, so we can find many places in this park. It's very easy.
Very cool. Well, I wish you all the best. I'll be in the refugee, so hopefully I'll see you around.
Sure, we'll meet later in the next days.
Yes. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
So what's your name?
Christoph.
Christoph. So where are you from?
I'm from Switzerland, from Bern.
From Bern. All right, nice. Well, it's nice and cool there. How are you dealing with the heat?
Well, I'm adapting, I guess. It's a bit different, but we had hot weather before. But I guess if I look at the weather forecast now, it's pretty much raining. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I think as you guys ride north, it's supposed to get a little bit better with the rain. So there's hope, but it's quite hot here at the southern Italy. I think it's like 35 degrees right now. We're all toasting here.
It is. And I guess the next couple of days will kind of be like that. But it was my hope as well. So going north, getting more to my temperatures again, but we'll see how it turns out. But I guess preferring a bit of hot than some kind of weather change in the worse. And a lot of rain is not as easy as a lot of heat again. So we'll see.
Yeah. And what is your experience as a ultra rider?
I did a couple of shorter ones. So I got with 500 to 1,000 kilometers in usual races, I would say. And I had a lot of private projects. 2 years ago, I crossed the whole Alps from Vienna to Finale Liguria, but on gravel and packed with tent and everything. And so there is a lot of experience in long distances, but not that many races, I would say. But yeah, that's why I'm excited to take it to the next step and go with 4,000 and kind of crossing quite a bit of Europe.
Yeah, it's a beautiful route, so much to see. I'll definitely be feeling FOMO, seeing all you guys pass my car, but I'll be also waiting for you guys at the refuge and hopefully get more of how's it going on the road. Do you plan to camp at all or are you hotel?
I have a hotel strategy just because of hygiene and good sleep. It's a long ride, and I don't think I gain much by just have a crappy sleep and go from there. And so, but I have a emergency bivy with me. So if there is nothing I could find, or if I just feel good and think 3 hours suffice, then I will just sit down at a wall and take a nap. But otherwise, the plan is to have proper sleep and then go again. Just, yeah.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. It's long, ultra long distance. 4,000 kilometers is no joke. And yeah, also charging everything. I'm also team hotel. I always prefer to stay in hotels because you can get a better night's sleep, you can shower, you can charge everything. But the BV strategy, I think it's brilliant because if you feel good and you want to keep going, you can. And if there's nothing, you can just BV it, especially that the weather, it's not, I mean, it's hot, but it's not, I think it's worse to sleep outside when it's really cold. Then you have to take more gear with you, right?
Exactly. And I guess we don't have to forget it's a vacation. So it's for pleasure, and I love riding. I love riding hard and long, but in the end I want to enjoy it. And I think with 5 hours of sleep, I will enjoy it a lot more than with some 2-3 hours in a ditch. So that's so team hotel, yeah, definitely.
I love the mindset. Well, I hope you have a wonderful time and get what you came here for. And I can't wait to see you on the road.
Thank you. See you later.
Later. So tell me your name.
Sebastián Restrepo.
Sebastian, have you had other experiences in ultra cycling?
Yes, I've done around 5 races before this one. 3 peaks I did twice. Transiberica, Bihard in Bosnia, and Mittelgebirge Classic in Germany.
Okay, so you're ready for this.
I hope so, yeah. You get a lot of experience by doing it, but there's no guarantee of doing this thing.
Yeah, you never know. Mechanicals, the stomach, weather. What are you looking most forward during this experience?
Just the landscape, meeting new people, making new friends, and riding my bike.
Awesome. And any motivation for the finish? Do you have a plan of how many days you want to finish this?
So I think the first goal is to finish as long as it takes. But of course, you want to push yourself, do it as fast as you can. So I think after a few days, that motivation really kicks in and you want to do your best. But the priority is just to enjoy the time, ride my bike, and finish.
Sounds great. I hope to see you all there and get more reports on how you're doing on the road.
Yes, see you on the road.
Rafa, tell me, you had quite a journey to get here to Giovinazzo. What happened?
I'm from Colombia, Bogota, Colombia. So I took a flight to Istanbul. I spent a layover of 13 hours because that was safer. The other option was 2 hours, and I don't want to risk a long trip to miss a connection. So I took the 13-hour layover. I have a friend I had to visit, and I flew to Bari this morning for another 2 hours.
Wow, so not so fresh for an early start tomorrow morning.
Pretty much the jet lag is gonna be I'm training the jet lag, so I'm gonna be jet lagged for the rest of the 2 weeks that I've been riding. So, yeah, not super fresh, but ready for the non-sleepy.
Well, you're a very experienced rider. You were here for chapter 1. Now you're back for chapter 2. What are you feeling?
It's moving actually. I was not supposed to be here. So that's one of the things that happens when you don't sleep better, when you don't sleep good. So I won't say I'm super experienced, but I learned a lot last year. I changed a few things on my setup. I already dealt with the traffic in Italy, which is I think a serious thing for many riders. It's very similar to home, but it's something I already know, and yeah, I'm ready to see what's next, what happens in Slovenia, and then going back, and then Germany, and let's see what happens.
Yeah, we're all also super happy that you made it. I know you're about to cancel the entire trip, but you made it here. I want to wish you best of luck. I'm biased and will be cheering for you a little bit more because we do have a connection, following each other on Instagram for quite a while. And it's so great to finally meet you face to face.
Yeah, likewise. Yeah, it's exciting to make it and have a lot of support from many people. Thank you.
And that's all for today's episode. I want to thank the listeners for tuning in. Your support means everything. If you enjoyed this episode, please consider following, leaving a review, and sharing it with your friends.